Arsenal are favourites for the Premier League title now. Looking at their run of games they've got coming up, looking at Liverpool's mini crisis. Yes, I am saying Liverpool are in a mini crisis. The performance against Chelsea was very poor, and there are some key players in that Liverpool side that aren't stepping up and do need to be dropped. But right now, when you look at the fixtures coming up, when you look at the squad performing, the overall health of the squad, the fact that Odegaard has done his MCL, they're without Kai Havertz, they're without Gabriel Jesus, they're without Noni Madueke, but they still look strong as ever. They are still keeping clean sheets. And I've been saying this since game week 2, that the difference in the Premier League title race will be Arsenal's backline compared to Liverpool's backline. And are Manchester City back in the title race? There's a lot to get into. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well. We are just under 500 subscribers away from hitting 80,000, and the road to 100k is well and truly on. What a game week. Game week 7 in the Premier League had pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. Chelsea doing really well against Liverpool, taking 3 points off them. Spurs, another away win for us. I think we're the only team in the league unbeaten, or we've actually got the best away form, I believe, in the Premier League, which is insane. Man City, Haaland, again, inevitable. Are they back in the title race? Donnarumma with an unbelievable save. Man United beating Sunderland. Arsenal beating West Ham convincingly as ever. And it's the question that I want to ask all of you guys is, when you look at this Premier League table, I've been saying for pretty much since the start of the season, I don't feel Man City are in the title race. However, they have pulled together some good wins in Europe, beating Napoli, taking a point off Monaco, should have beaten Monaco. You know, look at their fixtures coming up, Everton and Bournemouth for their next 2 games. Are they in a title race now? Because all it would take is an Arsenal defeat or another Liverpool draw, and their goal difference is +9. They've scored the most goals in the Premier League, and Donnarumma has been an unbelievable signing for them. Are they back in the race? In my opinion right now, I do believe Arsenal are title favourites. 3 goals conceded in 7 games is ridiculous. And one of those was against Liverpool. One of those was against Newcastle. And the other one, I can't remember who it was. It was definitely Arsenal, coming from Szoboszlai, that goal. One against Newcastle, Voltemade header. And one against Man City. Other than that, though, in all competitions, they've kept clean sheets against Manchester United, Leeds, Forest, Athletic Bilbao, Port Vale, West Ham, Olympiacos, and I'm looking at their fixtures coming up. Listen, I personally believe they win all 6. I personally believe out of these next 6, they win them all. Crystal Palace won't be easy, but Jack Grealish in the 93rd minute just ended their 18-game unbeaten streak. It's a tough game, but it's at the Emirates. Atletico Madrid is going to be their hardest game, but again, it's at the Emirates. Fulham away last season, they got a point there. Raul Jimenez scored the opening goal. You look at the West Ham game, I've been heavily critical on Arsenal. These are the sort of games where will tell me if they are going to win the league or not. Because last year, it was the Brightons. It was the Fulham aways. It was the West Ham at homes. It was the Newcastle United aways. And so far, they've beaten West Ham, which they lost last year. They've beaten Newcastle, which they lost last year. I'm looking at this right now. I think they comfortably beat Burnley, Slavia Prague, and Brighton. I think they beat Fulham maybe 2-0. Atletico Madrid will be tough, but I think they get the right result. And then I think they beat Crystal Palace. Then if you look after that, they've got Sunderland away. Should be another comfortable fixture for them. Yes, it is 3 away games on the trot, but if you want to win the Premier League, it doesn't matter who you face. You have to get the right result. November is where it gets very interesting. This run of games, a North London derby, Harry Kane with Bayern Munich back at the Emirates. Chelsea away will not be easy. Brentford at home, they will comfortably beat them. Aston Villa and Club Brugge, 2 games. Again, they haven't had the best of results at Villa Park in recent years. Club Brugge, they should comfortably win that. I'm looking around. Now, Romano reported out that Odegaard has done his MCL. I think if this was last season, Arsenal fans right now would be in a meltdown. There would be a meltdown online, etc., etc. Quotes, Arsenal are finished, Arsenal are done, title race over, etc., etc. This is an Arsenal team that have barely seen Kai Havertz. Noni Madueke looked really good, then picked up an injury. Then you saw Gabriel Jesus do his ACL at the end of last season. But they have the best squad depth in the league. Romano says Martin Odegaard has suffered collateral ligament injury to his left knee. Martin will continue to be assessed and treated by our medical team during the international window. Arsenal statement confirms. So far this season, I think they've had at one stage, if you look at the players that were missing from the West Ham game, they had no Piero Hincapié, Gabriel Jesus, Noni Madueke, or Kai Havertz. But the squad depth they've got for Noni Madueke, they've got Trossard that can go out there. They've got Martinelli that can go out there. Eberechi Eze, Ethan Nwaneri, Kai Havertz. They've currently got Victor Gyökeres, Gabriel Jesus, Victor Gyökeres, Pierre Hincapié. They've got 8 or 9 different players that can play multiple positions at the back. I don't think Arsenal fans should be concerned that Martin Odegaard is injured because, after all, you do have Eberechi Eze now. Now, this was the lineup that played against West Ham, and I want to talk about 2 players. 2 players. The first player, who I think right now is the best in his position in the Premier League and does not get enough credit, I want to talk about Timber. I think right now Timber is the best right back in the Premier League. I think he gives you a 7 or an 8 out of 10 every single week. He can play right back. He can play centre back. He's very, very, very nimble, can get up and down the pitch pretty easily. The only criticism you may add, if you want to be overly critical, is does he do enough in the final third? But I don't think that's his role. He's a more of a defensive fullback. Again, the depth they've got for fullbacks, Calafiori and Timber is one fullback pairing. Then you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ben White. Then you've also got Hincapié that can come in at left back. Centre-back depth is a joke. Gabriel, Saliba, Mosquera, Hincapié again. But that midfield, they lost Odegaard now. He's done his MCL. Eberechi Eze, Max Dowman, and Ethan Nwaneri can all play in that number 10. Plus, Mikel Merino has played there. Bukayo Saka got back on the score sheet with a penalty. And this run of games they've got coming up, looking at this Arsenal team, I do expect Bukayo Saka to go on a run now. I expect these are the sort of games where, Gyökeres, Saka, Merino, all these types of players can comfortably come in, contribute, and win football matches. I'm looking around at Liverpool. Let me show you there. I'm going to talk about Liverpool later on today, probably along with Manchester City in a joint video. But I want to look at Liverpool's run of fixtures they've got coming up compared to that run of fixtures we've just seen. It's not easy. Crystal Palace, who have already beaten Liverpool twice this season, once in the league, once in the Charity Shield. They play them in the EFL Cup. Madrid, right? that is not going to be an easy game at the moment, the way they're playing. They're top of La Liga, Kylian Mbappe scoring goals. Brentford away, who Man City, if it wasn't for a Donnarumma unbelievable one-on-one save, would have got a point off of City. They've already beaten Man United, and Thiago is in the form of his life, right? Aston Villa, Real Madrid, City, not going to be easy. After that, they played Forest. I mean, that run of games is a lot easier other than Inter Milan. But these opening games right here, the next 8 fixtures they've got to play, these fixtures here, on Sunday the 9th of November, when Manchester City do play against Liverpool, just for context, Arsenal that weekend play Sunderland on the Saturday. So Arsenal could extend their gap, could add more pressure when Liverpool play Man City. Like right now, Arne Slot has got to go back to basics. I think McAllister needs to be dropped, and I think Salah needs to be dropped. But I'll get into that in a video later. But I'm looking around right now, and I do think, as it stands, Arsenal are title favourites. I'm looking at where they are in the Champions League. You know, I'm looking at where they are in the Premier League. They are currently ranked 5th in the Champions League. They're one of only 5 teams or 6 teams to win their opening 2 games. They're the only English team to win their opening 2 games. That is the Champions League table. Bayern Munich top. Madrid, PSG, Inter, then Arsenal. City are 8th. We're 9th. Liverpool are 17th with Chelsea. I expect all the English teams, to qualify. But, I mean, you look at the next games. Liverpool have got next in the Champions League Frankfurt. Chelsea have got Ajax. We've got Monaco. City got Villarreal. And Arsenal got Atletico Madrid. Could Arsenal go 3 out of 3? I think they can. Make sure you go down and drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. I'm out.